We're obviously all dealing with things revolving around the coronavirus and our nation's reaction to it that we can't control. So much of our focus during this season of life as a nation, certainly as individuals, is on what we can't do, where we can't go. But I want to remind us all to focus also on what we can do and what we can control. I mentioned recently in a letter to our church members that there are 4 things we certainly can do. First, we can pray. I think it's important that we pray for one another right now, that we pray for those who are vulnerable, whether that be from age or pre-existing conditions. I think it's vitally important that we pray for our healthcare professionals, particularly those who within our local church work in healthcare and perhaps exposed more often than the rest of us. We want to pray for our nation. We want to pray for our leaders. We want to pray for all of our church family that will be economically impacted as we go throughout this process. We want to pray for our members, particularly those that are brand new to the Lord amongst us, that will help them as a church to get through this process. We want to pray for God to expedite this entire event and bring us back to a normal life. Also, we want to take care to minister to the needs of our elders, our shut-ins, those who are at high risk, to find a way to involve ourselves in ministry. Little things we can do, like their grocery shopping, making pharmacy runs for them, whatever might come to hand. We want to reach out to one another and make sure that no one in Longview First Church feels alone throughout this entire process. We can stay connected. I'd urge you to do all that you can to set aside your normal worship time and watch our live streams at 10 a.m. on Sundays, and as long as is necessary at 7:30 on Wednesday, all while hoping and longing for the day when we can gather together, because we know that nothing will ever take the place of a corporate worship service. The 4th thing that we can do and that we've got to do, it's vital, is give. All of our giving is not just important to the local mission, but the global mission. I read somewhere that they believe if this goes on past 1 month, that 10% of America's churches may not survive for financial reasons. I don't believe that for 1 second, but I certainly don't believe Longview First Church would be in that number. Our missionaries certainly require the same amount of monthly support that they did before the coronavirus affected our nation and their field of labor. Our local church building, and the local church building is not the church. It's the people that make Longview First Church what it is. But we do want to make sure that we have a place together when this is over. And most importantly, our mission for the neediest of our members and our community. All of that hinges and depends on our faithfulness. So I want to thank everyone who's sacrificed to make that happen. My family and I are certainly committed to doing our part for as long as necessary. And we're going to get through this together, and our brightest days are ahead. Lord bless you. Every aspect of our worship, other than what we do privately, has moved to the internet for now. And a big part of our worship experience, of course, is in our giving. We've been asked what the easiest way to give during this crisis is, and for most of us, that's going to be online. Longview First Church offers several ways to do that. First is we can text to give at 903-367-0995. We can also give via the church website, longviewfirst.com. There's a link there. Of course, we can always mail checks to 1600 Blue Ridge Parkway, Longview, Texas, 75605.